완전히 cuckoo. It's like a Polaroid love. 사라져스런 그 감정. It's like a Polaroid.
Yo, yo, yo. Yahote akole. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Nut King, and welcome to this video. I'm just got off work, just took a shower. I'm all clean, so fresh and so clean and all that. But right now, I just want to do a little update on the Galvan project that Hayes is doing. So, let's get to it, shall we? Okay, so what we have right now is this. I already saw this a little bit ago, but what's going on is we got 20 new abilities going on right now. So we're going to watch this video and check it out.
There were barely any, so I added over 20 new abilities to my Ben 10 fan game. Hey everyone, thank you so
By the way, guys, so I started going into the Discord, talking to Hayes himself, and getting to know the community even more. He actually watched the video. So Hayes, if you see this video, hello, say hi in comments, whatever, you know. By the way, let's get back to it.
much for all the support on the last devlog. I've been busy working on new stuff for the update in December, but I finally have time to show a small part of it today. Last devlog, there were lots of suggestions for awesome abilities from you guys, which made me realize there was barely any in the game, so I got to work. These new abilities fall into one of three categories: traversal, combat, or utility. Let's start with all the traversal abilities first. Starting with the most requested ability, web swinging for Spider Monkey, or in Wildvine's case, vine swinging. My swinging has two types, environmental and sky swinging. If the player is near a surface, it will try to find the best point to swing from. If not, then it will use a swing point out of view. This is mostly inspired by Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, which also had sky swinging, and it was pretty fun. With there being so many aliens to cover, I didn't go super crazy on the complexity of the swinging yet, but there's always room to improve it in the future. But for now, it's pretty fun to use.
Alright, so what's really cool about this is that we actually get to have oh, let me actually move this over here. Now I'm over here. But what I wanted to say is, like, so I've been playing this game a little bit after the video went up, and the one thing I've been wanting was be able to use web swinging and like other traversal shit with it comes to the other aliens, especially with Spider Monkey. That shit was going to be heat, and I can't wait.
In addition to swinging, I also made a web zip, which if you're aiming, you can use to precisely move yourself in any direction you're pointing. This doesn't require you to be around any buildings, you simply just get launched in the air. This is pretty useful for creating traversal combos with your web swinging and other abilities I'll talk about soon. Continuing with abilities inspired by Spider-Man, I added wall running. Spider Monkey is the primary alien for this ability, but there's a few other aliens that have it as well. One of them being Accelerate. Contrasting Spider Monkey, where he can move freely on the wall, stop and stay in place, Accelerate must always be moving and sprinting in order to...
So we're going to be getting some fucking speedster shit we're going on right now. It's going to be dope as hell to be able to just go up and down buildings and fight and all that. It's going to be traversal is going to be amazing when it comes to this.
Stay on the wall, or else he'll detach. As Spider Monkey, you can also jump from the walls either manually by pressing the jump button.
So when it comes to Spider Monkey, it looks like he's doing more of a Spider-Man, the Insomniac type of Insomniac web pool, where you can just click on a object or a building and it shoots you towards it, and that is really, really cool. I can't wait to actually get to this.
Or automatically once you reach an edge. Moving on to this next ability, which is fairly simple, but I added diving for characters that quickly reach extreme heights.
Bro, we're gonna get Spider-Man moving like a have the swagger of a the ultimate swagger of a black teen.
Specifically Spider Monkey with web swinging and zipping. This will let you get back to the ground quickly. Moving on, we now have speed boosting. This ability has been added to most of the flying aliens, and of course, the speedsters, like Accelerate, Fast Track, and Cannibal. It basically gives a short burst.
We all know that Fast Track is a mid character, but we all love the way he can put all the shit into it. Like, yeah, Fast Track is not as good as Accelerate, but Fast Track does have a different type of things.
Of speed, which is tied into each of those aliens.
Accelerate all the way though.
For some of the aliens, it's just a buff, but for Accelerate, it needs to be balanced with an additional ability I'll speak about later. The stamina system, of course, has a new UI element for each alien to
Hell
display
yeah.
how much stamina you have. Each alien
Nice.
basically has the same stamina bar, but just comes in different colors to match
Different
their
colors.
aesthetic. And the last reversal ability is teleportation. This was specifically made for Alien X's kit, allowing him to move anywhere you're pointing instantly. And that's
Fun fact, I couldn't get Alien X to actually work for me. I couldn't like add things into the game or anything yet. I haven't really figured it out that much. I was just having fun with the other aliens.
all for the traversal abilities. We're already at
Oh!
over a quarter of the way for the abilities. Let's move on to the combat abilities, which are pretty epic. First up, Heat Blast
Okay.
now has a fire beam, which burns anything you hit with it, including enemies that get set on
Fun fact. Wait,
fire.
is it show?
Additionally, not a new ability, but his fireball's got a quality
Alright, fun fact. I asked Hayes himself and in the server, and I was asking if when you burn the enemies, do they actually catch on fire with a charred body? Turns out, yes, he's added that to the game. And then also he said maybe. I mean maybe might have an Easter egg inside of the game. Great, it's gonna be amazing. I love it. A little Easter egg, I'll appreciate it so much. But he also said, or I offered, if I could do any vocals or anything for my voice to be in the game, like screaming NPCs, any parts of anything like that. And he said maybe. So be tuned if you do see me there.
of life update. To make these feel a lot smoother, I made it so Heat Blast will look in the direction of the nearest enemy in range when hip throwing, but of course you can still throw them precisely if aiming. Moving on, Buzz Shock, Amphibian, and Shock Squatch now have their own version of an electricity beam. Each beam, of course, is inspired by the respected alien, matching their colors and vibe with different VFX and sound effects. This shocks enemies and damages them on contact. Apart from using them against enemies, they'll be useful in future gameplay scenarios that involve electricity.
Oh shit! Yo, okay, so I didn't even realize catch this really. So he's adding bomb defusals. I never saw that. I think I just got excited about it originally. So he's adding bomb defusals into the game for little missions and shit. That's really cool. Also, there is not going to be a story mode nor multiplayer in this game unless Hayes actually feels like doing it. He said maybe, maybe not. I don't plan on it, but he does not plan on in the future in the soon future to have any story mode. It's just going to be a full sandbox mode, guys. If you guys ever had any questions, it's all down in his server, and you can catch me there too.
Next up is Upgrade. I wanted to remaster his animations to be more stretchy and start adding his hand morphs, but when I tried to animate these extreme poses, it didn't go very well. So, I had to remake Upgrade's model to support the stretching. I tried to keep the general vibe and style of the previous model by modeling.
Yo, this guy is so talented, and also all the other devs that he has on working with. I've talked to a couple of the artists and the dev people that are working with him on the dev team. Fun fact, I'm going to show you something in the server itself, though. So be tuned for that. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Over it with new UV maps, which allows me to make new textures, and finally a brand new rig. After that was the fun part. I got to making his new morph, the Blaster. I was heavily inspired by Malware's first appearance from Ben 10 Omniverse, where he used a blaster morph that was pretty badass. The blaster naturally shoots out energy blasts that explode on impact and deal pretty solid damage to enemies. The previous work I did for the stretchy rig came in particularly handy for Upgrade's aim offset, or AO for short, which basically lets a character twist and lean their body in different directions, based on two values. Because of Upgrade's proportions, aiming straight down would normally make his hands clip through the ground, but with the stretchy rig, he can extend his torso enough to make room, which gives a bonus of making the aiming feel smooth. In addition to that, the stretchy rig came in handy again when I started animating his aim in. I wanted to give this action some flair, so instead of snapping directly into aim mode, he does a fluid flick motion.
A little flick with the
Wild
wrist.
Vine, he can now throw the pods from his back. These pods have a few different use cases in the show,
You
but
get
I
little
decided
grenades.
to go with the basic explosive version for now. Basically working like grenades /C4. They explode the moment they hit something, but the player can also detonate all pods manually if they want to. Instead of using a UI element on screen to display how many pods are left, I was inspired by Dead Space to use physical/visual ammo on his body. So
Yeah.
whenever you throw a pod, you can visually see them be taken out from his back. These of course will grow back after a short cooldown whenever you
That is the most like I love this guy. This guy's doing one of the best games th creators I've ever seen in such a like. Oh, by the way, guys, it is now on IO. Itch.io is now on Itch.io for download instead of going through that weird little website that you had to go to. Just download Itch.io and then you can find it downloads all in his links as well. But this right here, where the grenades grow back from from his seed pods are actually growing back, is like, and they you don't even have to like look at. You can just look at the character, and you don't have to be unamorphed. Unamorphed? Ah, whatever. You know what I mean.
throw a pod. To make throwing the pods feel smoother, I added a simple but effective system that adjusts the throw speed based on how far away the nearest target is, so the pods avoid overshooting them. Even though
Mm.
we're on combat abilities, Wildvine does have some new traversal abilities,
Mhm.
primarily Vine swinging and Vine zipping. His swinging works exactly the same as Spider Monkey's, except he uses his arms to swing from surfaces instead of webs,
Yep.
which I achieved by stretching his limbs to the desired swing point, on top of his existing swinging animations, which got a pretty much perfect look. Lastly, his Vine Zip acts like a quick dash, flinging
Unimmersed.
himself in
Unimmersed. It came back to me. Unimmersed. But also, yes, this is very fucking cool to be able to see the uh you actually get to swing like Wildvine as he's actually able to in the original series. It's really cool the things he's actually doing and putting into this game. I really appreciate this guy. He's really cool.
the direction he's moving. Moving on, next we have Accelerate. I gave
Woo!
him speed
My
punches
goat.
for an alternate method of attack, like
Mhm.
SMGs in most FPS games. This ability deals less damage, but of course the speed the damage is dealt at is significantly faster. This
Mhm.
ability uses up Accelerate stamina, which like I mentioned earlier, becomes important when balancing with your speed boosts.
Mhm.
And lastly for Accelerate, he now has an ultimate ability, being able to
Hell
create a
yeah.
high-speed tornado. While active, the tornado deals continuous AoE damage and is only active for a limited time before having to recharge to use it again.
Bro, the tornado ability is gonna go so hard. Like it's gonna be one of the best abilities you could use as accelerate, other than the speed bursts, you know. But I can't wait to be able to jump up, just run up walls, go back down, fly around as you want, and then just use tornadoes and go crazy. It's gonna be fun.
Speaking of ultimate abilities, next is Heat Blast.
Heat
For
blast.
his
Yep.
ultimate ability, he now has a supernova. You can't
Woo!
move after you trigger it, so timing and positioning is super important. But
Mhm.
if you land it, it deals heavy AoE
Holy
damage,
shit.
instantly vaporizing weak enemies and burning tougher ones. Moving on to Stinkfly, his
Speaking of enemies, on that topic, I'm gonna jump on here. Um, so I asked around. They're going to be adding DNA aliens. DNA aliens. They're gonna be adding the Forever Knights and also the dragon. I'll show you a little bit after. It's really fun, really cool. And also, fun fact. Yeah, there's nothing else I can think of.
ultimate ability is a poison cloud that lingers around in the area for a limited time, dealing
Mhm.
AoE damage to enemies that are unfortunate enough to have the ability to smell. In addition to his ultimate ability, he now has the ability to spit his goop or gunk or whatever it is. This deals damage upon impact, but also splats on the surface at impact.
Oh, you know what would be a cool ability where if you are able to transform into a stink fly, and as you're shooting people with this fucking gook and shit, you just keep shooting at people, or you get people stuck. You switch to a heat blast or any other fire alien, and you shoot that, they explode because the stink fly has a whole bunch of I can't. My brain is fried from work. Uh, methane, methane, and with that methane, it's going to cause a combustion. So boom, it will use explosion damage. You know, that'd be really cool to add. It's a lot to add, but little ideas. There's ideas thing. If you guys really want to add, have any more things, go to this server and you go check out. But Yeah.
impacted. While a splat on a surface, it passively slows down anything that touches it. If an enemy is hit by this goop, it will slowly build up each time it hits them until they are completely stuck in place and cannot move, making them vulnerable to attacks. Moving on back.
Okay, never mind. Never mind. He already added that. I did not. I'm pretty sure he just added that. Never mind. They do explode when you actually use fire. Cause methane. Fuck yeah.
Back to the ultimate attacks, Forearms previously had an input called Super Strength.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
no
yeah.
real benefit,
We
but
never
now
could
it
do
does.
anything.
All his stats
Ooh,
are
yeah.
now overcharged, he's faster and stronger. And to add some visual difference while the ability is active, his
Oh.
veins and the screen glow red,
Yep.
with an intense thumping sound and muffled game audio.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to his super strength, he
That's
now
when you
has
know
his
he's pissed
iconic
off.
rock throw, which of course was
Hell
inspired by
yeah.
Protector of Earth. This ability also uses
Never played Protector of Earth. This part is like he goes to so much detail just for this little thing. Like it's not little, but like it's really. Just watch. I'm sorry. I keep cutting it off because I'm like really excited about this project, bro.
the same distance matching Wildvine has for his pods. And also a small detail I added,
Yep,
the
this
rock
one.
visually adapts to the environment,
That
pulling
one.
out different variations based on where you grip
Mhm.
the rock out of. Some include rock, sand, grass, and rooftops, which have some wiring and different
Really
junk
are.
poking out of it. And those are all the ultimate abilities, so circling back to Spider Monkey,
Woo!
he can now shoot web projectiles from his tail. This
Oh,
serves
yeah,
as
yeah.
a mid-range attack and a way to stun enemies to get in extra damage. If an enemy is hit with enough webs, they'll be completely wrapped up and vulnerable to your attacks. Especially his new Web Strike. Inspired by the same move in Spider-Man Web of Shadows, this is a gap closer to quickly land a heavy attack on an enemy, which can be triggered from anywhere as long as you're in the vicinity of the enemy, including in the air. I wanted the Web Strike to feel powerful, so I added a hit stop and of course a camera shake to sell the impact. And lastly,
yeah.
for the combat abilities, Wildmutt has a pounce attack. This ability lets Wildmutt leap across long distances, far beyond his normal attack range, and slamming right into enemies.
Yeah.
While leaping, I wanted the
Wildmutt
player to
was
feel
really
the
fun.
intensity, so the camera dynamically zooms out with of course some good old camera shake. To make sure
Yeah.
the player always gets a perfect arc when leaping, I used a spline, which basically uses a set of points to create a smooth curve. I generate this spline using the player and enemy's current position, and then of course move the player along the spline. Additionally, as many of y'all have requested, he now has his thermal vision to let him detect and see enemies through walls. This ability
Yeah.
is also extended over to Ghost Freak with more ghost-like visuals. And that's all the combat abilities. We're already at 20 abilities.
We get Ghost Freak, by the way. I never was it. We never had. I think we did have a Ghost Freak, but I'm not sure if we had Ghost Freak where you can actually fly and actually do anything, which is really cool that he's adding this stuff to it. By the way, this update comes out in December. Download the fucking game. It's free, guys. Play this. Support the fucking creator. He also has a Patreon. I don't have the money for that shit, but be sure to join up on this shit. It's really cool.
But let's go over a few of the new utility abilities. Accelerate previously had a flash time mechanic where he would run at normal speed, but everything else around him was
With
slowed
slow
down.
motion.
I switched this out for a focus or slow motion mechanic, so now he is slowed down alongside everything
Okay.
else. This will allow you to make turns or navigate areas easier when going at higher speeds. Next, something small, but there's now health regeneration, which, as the name implies, regenerates your health, specifically a small time after you were last damaged. And lastly, I remembered from the live-action Alien Force movie where Nanomech premiered, he was able to shrink far smaller than his original size, so I went ahead and implemented this in the game. Nanomech can now become significantly smaller, which will definitely help getting into small gaps or areas no one else can. The
These
VFX
are a
will
whole bunch of
ultimately-
more of Easter eggs, guys. That means the more you play the game, you'll see random little like Easter eggs in there in this game. But he's going to add a lot more Easter eggs on it. Like there's going to be little spaces you're going to be able to get inside of. It's just going to be hell, it might be a mysterious white jar that says Nut King was here. I ain't going to lie, that's what he said. But
size when inspired by Ant-Man. And that's everything. I hope y'all enjoy the devlog. Make sure to like
Love the
if you like
devlog,
the
yep.
video, and subscribe if you'd like to see more devlogs and be notified when I drop
devlog
the
was a
next
great
update.
man.
If you like
I liked it. Alright guys, let me show you up real quick for let me take you to the Discord. Alright, here we guys go. Okay, so this is something brand new. Brand fucking new. I didn't even see this. Alright. Woo! Oh shit. So All right, so he add. Oh shit. All right, so he's added the. By the way, this is the haze thing. I'll put in the linked it in the description. Top one. This is the his Discord server, and if you want to see this, it's even cooler because what he actually added this to it as well. Hold on, let me see. You can just freeze people with fucking ice cubes, right? Yeah, you can just fly around, freeze people, and all that shit. And then here's something cool. Here's something cool. We're getting the Forever Knights dragons. Yep, the dragons are coming in. And what it looks like right now is that when you're running as Ben or any other alien, the dragon is using tracking through these little nodes that are actually coming off from the player, which is basically a a, a cookie track, a bread track, whatever the fuck you call it, breadcrumbs. It's a breadcrumb so that way the dragon can actually go after you. Funny little thing happened with him. He was doing is like a little. It ran did something weird. But yeah, guys. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Using an electric, you just. Oh my god. This is on his stream, I think. Like, it's really, really awesome. Alright, let's see. What's going on? What is this? Alright, nothing. Just a nice visual right there. Look at that. Look how nice these visuals are so nice. Look at that. Look at that. You can be so small. Holy shit. What's this? Oh shit. That's lit. That's lit. That's hot. My god. Lord. Oh lord. Okay, so this is how small. Holy shit. This is a normal square, and then that's a abstract, and then you can get really fucking tiny as a small little pixel. That's amazing. Yeah, but if you guys ever want to go and check out his shit, it's amazing. This is just general help for like people if you need it, general for anything at all. Alright guys, so if you guys enjoyed this video of me going through the updates on Hayes' Galvan Ben 10 project video game, fan game of the year, okay, because this is game of the year right fucking here. This right here is game of the year, hands down. But if you guys want to see more of this content of me updating, and I'm going to play through the update by the way. It comes out on December 3rd, I think. Can't remember. But when it comes out, I'll let you guys know and I'll show you guys everything that I have been playing. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, hit that like button. Comment down below what you want to see. And if you have any disagreements, let me know. Feed it to me. I want to hear all of it. If you liked it, let me know. Subscribe to my little button right there. Hit that little ding dong while you're at it. And if you enjoyed it, I hope you guys see you in the next video. I hope.